Yeah, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this wonderful day? It's kind of cloudy, kind of dingy here today. It's been foggy. If you look out on the river, it's pretty foggy. Waypoint, how you doing, Johnny Drone Flyer? Good morning. Yeah, it's Saturday morning here, and is what it is. The It's not cold. It's 61 degrees. Um, but just kind of a blase day, and it's not going to clear up. I understand it's not going to clear up and get uncloudy here till sometime early to mid afternoon. The I had a little bit of a hiccup with my controller yesterday. I just posted the video, um, and I don't know whether it's the equipment or it's me. Um, as I get older, I get a little befuddled when I'm getting ready to fly. And did I do this? Did I do that? Didn't I do this? Did I, that kind of thing. So who knows how long I'm going to be able to fly? I'm going to keep it up as long as I can, but it's just kind of maddening when you have issues. Hey, Nunya, thank you. Here comes Joe, Mr. Joe.
Morning.
Good morning, Joe.
6 minutes to get on.
Took you 6 minutes.
Yeah, I had to reboot it again.
Yeah, I've had some computer issues too, and and I attribute it two things. One is I'm just an old man. The second thing is that they keep changing things. It doesn't react or act the same, or if I'm a creature of habit at my age, and they're just changing different things from emojis to whatever.
Well, I'm not gonna blame it on that yet. You know, it's just no, this is it's just this computer. The biggest thing with the computer is it's only got 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's the biggest thing. Got 8 gigabytes of RAM, so it seems like it just bogs up every once in a while. And I want to put more in it, but the problem is I look to see how to do it because I usually do it myself. And I tell you what, I'm not doing this. I may have to break down and do it. Or I may just wait and get something better.
I see Johnny Drone Flyer was in there early on and said hello.
I didn't see Johnny. I was surprised Johnny didn't go live this morning.
Yeah, I was kind of watching for everybody that went live, and nobody did. So, well, not that I you know, if you want to go live, whether I'm on or not. I shouldn't dictate anything, you know, what you want to do.
Johnny's still here. Joel. Waypoint, Point New England. Lance. Lance is here. Lance must be out flying the greatest drone in the world. The Avata 2.
Here comes Mr. White.
Nunya.
Hi, Paul, Joe.
Mr. Mark.
Hey, how's
Hey,
it going?
Dave. Not too bad, thank you. Nice sunny day here for a change.
Oh, it is. Good for you.
Brian, Johnny,
It's
Andrew.
dreary here. It's 61 degrees. Just and it's out on the river. It's foggy.
Lance,
And
Gary.
the fog is slowly peeling away, but the first thing this
Joel.
morning when I got up and looked at it, you couldn't see any more than 200 yards. You know.
Hmm,
Now my question, Johnny, is it raining by you? And he's got a
Joe,
graduation this morning.
Joe, did you get any of those storms you were thinking about, or?
Oh, they're close. It's mostly we were right, it came across Lake Pontchartrain and we were about the border,
Ah,
right at the top of it. And the top of it was right by us. New Orleans catching hell.
21 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit.
It said sun's coming out. Okay, I get to fly later then.
69.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Lance did his 2-hour drive last night to the cabin.
2-hour drive, normal hour and a half, or 30 minutes more. You were going slow enough, you could have flew that Avata behind you. You could have you could have found a place to do like Kent Herron, where he flew the Avata 2 through a 1.5-mile tunnel. And he put a flashlight on the top of it and had a guy ride behind it with a scooter. And he flew it over a mile, 7,100 feet through the tunnel.
Wow.
Never lost connection. And it's again, that it will not lose connection no matter how the rebar and everything if you're in a tunnel, and that's the only place the signals can go. Signal can't go anywhere else. It's not coming into the tunnel. It's in the tunnel, but it's not coming through the tunnel. So all that stuff he's gonna get straight away.
Well, I got three ships last night, and
that's good.
Due to I think pilot error, in fact, not getting ready fast enough and getting it a little disheveled, I almost had an incident with my drone.
Oh.
Heck, let me see.
Which drone?
Let me see if I get it here.
So long as it's almost not.
Autel or the Air 2S?
Air 2S.
Got the Leonard M coming down for the Bright Dock in Fort Wright, 0930, and then the Victory for the Salt Dock, 1020. Over.
Okay, I'm going to screen share this. Let me know when you can see it.
Got it?
Can you see it?
Yep.
And let me turn, I don't know if there's any sound or not. Okay. Here we go. What happened is let me set it up for you. Is I was turning the controller and the drone on and off to try and get it to acclimate and everything. And so I was taking off after it had just come under the Blue Water Bridge So here's what I'm doing is I'm heading downstream to try and get in front of it. And I didn't judge it very well. Boom. That was pretty scary.
So you got ahead of it and turned around.
Yep, see it?
Yeah.
So then what I did is I flew the whole thing like normal. And I got around this side, and all of a sudden, and I'm sitting over here in a parking lot. All of a sudden, it starts acting wonky, and it shows on the screen lost signal. So I hit the up button, get the hell out of there. Because I'm back here on the river.
Mhm. Now, when you lost that signal, you were in direct, you had right in the middle of y'all that radar.
Yep. Not only the radar, but the ship had turned enough because I'm not normally down there on that side of the ship. Had turned enough to block the signal as well.
Well, there's a shot that you usually manage to. In it, an almost top-down shot. You don't usually do one of them.
No, and the only reason I did that is because
Yeah, it was just to get your
had
signal
to
back.
gain altitude in order to
Yeah.
reacquire the signal.
And it actually looks quite good.
So
Yeah, but if you'd have stayed right where you were, though, the ship wasn't going to hit you. It would have been fine.
well, when I came around and then came back at it, that ship was straight on to me, and it was close. I was not zoomed in. I was that close to the bow of that ship.
Oh yeah, that's in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of it, when you lost that connection, you didn't have to go up. You were still fine.
Well, on my end, when I lost signal, I couldn't tell because that's the recording off the drone. I couldn't tell because it started acting wonky on my screen. I says, "Well, I better go up."
Yeah, always look down that bottom left-hand corner at the telemetry and see what it's doing. If it's moving and the screen's going crazy, for some reason the telemetry will still show you. Because every time I've had an issue, I glance down at that bottom part and I'm seeing movement and I know which way I'm going. Because I know if I'm coming towards me, it's going to go minus. It's going to get down. It's going to go by the thousands to start dropping. If I'm going away from it, it's going to go higher. And I know that it's doing that so that I know if I've got to back up a little, I could just hit it slower and watch it as long as those numbers are changing.
What is kind of scary is the fact that that ship is moving towards me at about 10 knots,
Right.
And so if you remember the one I lost out in the lake north of the bridge, I tried to dink around a little bit and then lost total telemetry and total connection, and it never reconnected. I should have given it the up stick at that point, but I didn't.
Yeah, I wait till the last moment. I give the drone the benefit of the doubt that it may just be a transmission error that I'm not getting, but the drone's still receiving something because it looks like it's still working. Because that's what happened today with the train. I was 7,400 feet away, and the telemetry told me that I was coming back towards me, and I was going pretty fast, So I said, "Well, I'm in the middle of opening area. All I'm gonna do is just keep coming backwards." And as I came backwards, I just started doing a little bit of yaw, and it was 56 seconds. All of a sudden, everything came back, but I played with it like 56 seconds. And I didn't panic. I knew I had a clear path. The only thing I was worried about is maybe a bird would have showed up, but there was no birds in the area. I just had to keep it at that level point. I had no wires to worry about anything. And then the day that, on the Bogfly the other day, when I lost connection, I had telemetry. It was funny. The whole screen's pixelated, but my telemetry on the bottom was perfectly clear. So that little screen was perfectly clear. And I knew I was going up. I could see me going up. And I was actually just going around in a circle. But going around in a circle, I was starting to drift. And I noticed that the colors were getting darker green. So I knew I just had to go up and stop
Yeah.
because I was getting close to the trees.
Okay, Mia. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, you're always going to lose your video signal first because the bandwidth for the video is so wide.
Right. But after that first time 2 years ago, when I didn't realize that I had the drone over the top of me, and I didn't look at the telemetry. If I don't look at the telemetry, I saw I was sending it away from it. But because that was when Mini 3 Pro came out, and they were having, excuse me, they were having all the RC1 problems with the RC1 was crashing all the time while you were flying.
Mhm.
So it was going blank and you had to restart it and then you had to get your drone back and figure it out. This was happening pretty regular. And it happened to me where I brought it over the top of me, and because it's a Mini 3 Pro, I never heard it. I thought it was in front of me. My son said something to me on my phone, so I answered it with my watch, looked down at my watch, and went right over the top of me. And then I'm looking for it. That was the best part. I'm trying to figure out where the hell the drone's at, So I'm thinking it's still in front of me, that it was still by the tree, the last place I saw it. So I'm looking for it and I don't see it. And I said, well, it's got to be my freaking eyesight. So I push it forward. So I'm sending it the other way.
Huh.
And if I'd looked at the telemetry, I'd have seen I was going the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then when the battery decided to say landing, I didn't have it because it went off again, screen went off again. So I hit return to home right before the screen came off. So what the drone did, the drone turned around to come back, but it only had like 17% battery and it was 7 blocks away. 7 city blocks away. So it started coming back to me, got to a point, and when I got it to reboot the second time, it said critical battery level landing. And I'm saying, oh no, and I'm trying to send it to me, and I'm still sending it away. I started sending it back to me then. And it got about 5 blocks from me. And then all of a sudden the screen killed again. So that was the third time. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Like this. So when I rebooted it, I got a black and white picture of a drone sitting in the grass. And when I looked at the picture, and I've only got like 2% battery. And I'm looking at this picture and I'm looking at the sidewalk and I said, okay, that's Coffee Street right up ahead, the way the sidewalk curves. Yeah, but on the other side, 7 blocks the other way, the sidewalk does the same thing.
Hey, Jody.
Just mirrored. Hey, Jody. But I walked for about an hour and a half looking for that drone the wrong way. Couldn't find it. And a couple walked and told me where it was.
Well, you were lucky they were there, weren't you?
Well, I was lucky that I kept it straight on the sidewalk, and because it was within about a foot of Lake Pontchartrain too.
Oh, wow.
And when I got out there, that little mother freaker was sitting in the grass, nice and pretty. Didn't land on the sidewalk, landed in the grass, nice. And it landed in the grass that was deep grass, so it was almost covered up.
Wow. Yeah, that's the bad thing about auto land on these drones, is when the battery gets low, it just comes on, at least on my controller, announces landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can usually manage to hold the stick up and keep it in the air for a while after that.
Yeah, Marcus Crawford, though, because that was the time when they were having a lot of problems. Marcus Crawford put out a video, because I put out a video saying what happened. And Marcus Crawford, I was brand new, and he came out and he said, don't panic. He said, that's the big thing. Do not panic. Check your telemetry. He said, because that's the last thing it's gonna go. And he put out a little video about it. And from that point on, it's like, if I'm having any issues, first thing I do is glance down to see where it's at, see
Yeah,
what it's doing.
Yeah, well, the compass at the bottom will show you what direction it is from you as well.
Yeah. But if you look at those two numbers, the height, and you look at the distance on that bottom, and you move it and it's still moving, guess what? Your drone is moving. You just
Yeah.
may not see it moving, but you know it's moving. You just got to figure which direction you're going.
Mm.
And that's the big thing. And the other part is he said, and I'm a firm believer, if I don't see that moving at all, I'm gonna just stop what I'm doing because it's gonna be hovering. And if it doesn't have a connection, it's gonna come back 50 feet to try to find me.
Yeah.
It automatic, as long as you got bypass on it, you're safe. As long as you're not in sport mode or something, you got a bypass on it. And the drone I had that I had problems with was the Mini 3 Pro, John. That was when it first came up. I haven't had an issue with it ever since.
hey, I woke up this morning and checked my account and I got my refund on the Inspire One.
Good.
Oh shoot!
Don't
That
would.
means you went and got some Boston creams. Huh?
No, I did that yesterday.
Well, that's a
Well,
good thing.
My controller arrived at DJI's repair place in Holland yesterday morning, 20 to 11. So I just got to wait now for them to either send me one back or fix that and send it back, whichever they're going to do. But I'll be able to tell, because if they fix it, it'll come back with me screensaver and me operator ID sticker still on it. And if it comes back without them, they've just replaced it with a new one.
Yeah.
Yep. New one's even better.
Yep. Unfortunately, I've got another tempered glass and another matte film screensaver to put on it. So, because I bought two when I bought them originally.
So that Avata 2 has been out for 5 weeks. I have 60 flights listed on it. Right at 5 hours worth of time, 5.5 hours.
Wow.
That's a lot of flying with that one. I think it comes out to about 40 miles of flight time of mileage. It's 207,878 feet. That's crazy. Tell you real quick.
So 5 miles.
38.05 miles. It's like flying it to New Orleans, almost and back. That's crazy.
Press the wrong button on my phone.
What makes it crazier is I've had the Mavic 3 for 2 years, and that's half of the flights of the Mavic 3.
So what was that? 207,000.
200 and let me go back. 207,878 is 38 point something miles.
878. Yeah, divide that by 3. and divide that by 1,760. 39.37 miles.
Yeah.
Hi,
It's a
Jonathan.
long way.
It is in
And,
drone
hey, Lance, that's the
land.
greatest drone in the world.
When you're very rarely more than a mile away from you, that is quite a long way in drone
Well,
miles,
even
isn't
worse, my average flight is 5 minutes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, because what I usually do is I do about 4 or 5 minutes worth of footage, come back and land it, get it back, because that's all I want to fool with. If at max is 5 minutes, but what I try to do is the one shots where I'm three and a half minutes maybe, and it's a one shot. So if I don't want to do anything, all I got to do is just, if it looks good, I could just use it from start to finish. I
Yeah.
don't have to do extra editing. Yeah, if I go fly, like if I'm on Bogue Fly and I go 1,000 feet one way, 1,000 feet the other way, it might be a 7-minute flight.
Mm.
And I'll go in and I'll knock it down to about 5 minutes if it's really good, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll try to keep it no longer than 5 minutes. I've got one 6-minute one out there. That's because I was cruising slow on top of the bayou. And I had all the reflections and had people on both sides. And I didn't want to split it into two. I just let it go on one. It's right at 6 minutes. That is. It's a 6 minutes that there's something going on every once in a while with kayaks or a boat or a guy on a paddleboard with a dog, you know. Don't buy
Yeah.
it.
What do
Don't
you
buy
think?
it.
What do you think?
It's a scam.
$490.
It's a scam. You're gonna be waiting for your money again.
Stop it, Paul.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Don't do it.
You think I should do it?
Nope.
We don't
Why
have,
do you need
we're
it?
gonna tell you no.
See, I can click this right down here.
And then
Think
you're
about
gonna
it,
regret
Paul.
it for
What
about
you
3
gonna
weeks.
do with it?
Well, they say that baby really flies and does a good job.
Well, this is your problem. You can't use the controller you have. You don't like the controller it's coming with. So then you got a bigger problem.
Yeah, you've already got two of the controllers.
Yeah,
You
so
can't use. You don't want to use them.
Yep.
And the smart controller, your old one, will not work with it.
Will not work with that one. So then you got a problem because you're not gonna like this controller.
But
You're
but
not
but
gonna
but
fly
it's
the
ready to
same.
fly.
It's ready to fly somewhere else. 2023,
Paul,
join Facebook. It's a pretty face to suck you in.
bricks are ready to fly if you throw them far enough.
Yeah, look at the name. The name don't even sound real.
Sephora?
Ventuni.
That's a disinfectant, isn't it?
Venturi.
Venturi.
She doesn't look like a Venturi, does she?
That's probably
Let's-
sucker in some kind of other language.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: if it's a young woman selling a drone, it's very unlikely.
Well,
How many young women do you know that buy drones?
that sounds like sexism to me.
How many women are there in the drone community?
There's more than what you'd think.
There's a few, but there's not a lot.
Now I sold my Air 2 to a woman. She was young. The Mavic Air 2. She worked at the hospital where I go. And I had it out there, and she said she worked at St. Tammany, and she told me she worked in bookkeeping and billing. I said, good. I said, don't send me a bill. And I met her somewhere and put it up in the air to show it worked and handed it to her.
Well, she was probably buying it for her husband.
I think she was buying it for a boyfriend.
Mm. I mean, there are some younger girls flying FPV.
Oh, here's another one.
Oh, here we go.
Are there any drone pictures on her profile?
It's almost the same price.
But it's the old control, the old style controller.
It don't matter. It's a fake name and joined in 2024. Yeah, another fake.
Mm.
I bet you the wording is exactly the same on there when they talk about
You think so?
it. It probably is. But all these people are doing is copy and pasting, thinking you're not going to see them. They're
Oh,
not
the
redoing
amount-
all this stuff.
The amount of times on Facebook Marketplace you see a motorhome for sale, and it's exactly the same motorhome, and it's in 17 different cities around the UK.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the biggest place to not buy something is Facebook.
Mm. And they always want you to send a deposit so that you can hold it.
Yeah.
And then when you turn up, the address they give you has absolutely no idea what you're on about. Because obviously you can't do a motorhome through the post. You've got to go and get it.
I'm fine. Let's see if I can find this on mine over here. Just saw something on Marketplace. There's a
Mind you, so saying, when we bought our motorhome, we actually flew from Manchester to Southampton on the south coast, then got the ferry across to the Isle of Wight and bought it there and brought it back on the ferry and drove it all the way up to Manchester. Took us 6.5 hours to get home.
Here you go. Let me show you this one.
Mind you, 6.5 hours for you is just a trip to the next town, isn't it?
Yeah, check this one out. Let me go back. That's a Subaru camper.
Where is
Look
it
at
at?
look at it, look crazy looking thing.
Subaru what?
Is that crazy looking?
Looks like a doghouse on wheels.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Mm.
That's looked like somebody rebuilt it. Oh,
Look at the steering
steering
wheel's
wheel's
on the wrong side too.
yeah.
Subaru are Japanese.
Yeah, but look at that. That is fun as hell. If that was
Quite a lot.
reasonable,
Quite a
if
lot
that
of
was reasonable, I'd buy
motorhomes.
it.
Yeah, quite a lot of motorhomes in the UK are left-hand drive instead of right-hand drive. Yeah, that is basically one you would drive in the UK, but it's probably a Japanese import.
That's what
And
it said, Japanese import.
The Japanese
Yeah,
drive
look.
on the same side as us. The Japanese drive on the left.
Nope, don't do it. Oh, we're gonna kick you off Facebook.
Well, look at the name.
Yeah, joined in 2024. And that's that first off, that does look like it could be a good name because it does look like she's Ukrainian or something.
Well, it's probably got war damage.
Well, I trust you. If you say buy it, I'll buy it.
I'll never say
No.
buy it.
Joe,
Paul, you only
Nope.
ever fly your Air
Nope.
2S, so why even bother look at anything else?
this is true. If anything, I should buy a second Air 2S just as
Another Air
spare.
2S, yeah.
You know,
Somebody's got one for sale.
buy
Who was
just
it?
a refurb
Oh,
Air
Philly.
2S, you know.
Yeah, reach out to Philly. Because Philly's selling Air 2S. Yeah, I mean, he is. And he said it was gonna be cheap. They just want to get money for him. Might be able to get a fly more from him for about 500.
No, I don't need the fly more. I just need the drone. The drone alone. 'Cause
I get the extra batteries too. I get the whole thing. I get it for 500. I take it.
Mm. I got my Air 2S with the RCN 1 controller and 1 battery. Cost me £425. Because that's all I needed, because I had everything else with the Air 2. So between the Air 2S and the Air 2, I've got 6 batteries.
Yeah, I've got I sold one battery with the Air 2, kept 2 batteries. And I bought the Fly More kit from somebody in the community, Air 2S. Cost me the same thing I sold it for, so I didn't have any loss. Plus, I was keeping batteries. I figured I made a deal. And then 6 months later, all 3 of that batteries started swelling. And the drone started giving me gimbal problems. So I sent it back to DJI, and $104, they sent me a brand new drone. So I still have 3 batteries in a brand new drone.
Yeah.
And what gets me is the 2 batteries that are swelling. When I look at all the maintenance, when Air Data gives you all the history of the battery, what it's doing in the heat, the temperature and everything, it's not giving me any warnings. But it's swelling barely, just barely swelling. So do I fly with it or do I not fly with it? That's my big question. I got the 2 batteries and they're not showing the bad, you know. And look, that's getting cheaper, but it's the same thing. 2024 and all these crazy names.
Yeah.
That's Russian hackers. That's what they are. Russian hackers.
I mean, when I got my Air 2, I actually ordered a Mini 2, which was allegedly not working. And I thought, well, you know, it's like 130 quid. That's not bad. If I can get it fixed for a reasonable amount, then it's okay. And what arrived was an Air 2, not a Mini 2. So I thought, well, that's a bit better. I wanted a lighter weight drone, but it'll do. It had all the labels on it still. It looked brand new. The box said it was a refurbished, and it just wouldn't turn on. So I told DJI that the box said it was refurbished. The drone won't turn on. They said, send it back and we'll have a look at it. So it went back to them and they said, there's water damage inside it. I said, well, I bought it as a refurbished drone. There shouldn't have been any problems with it whatsoever. And they said it was going to cost something like $370, £370, which is about $400 odd, to repair it. So I kept arguing the toss, and they said, well, for goodwill and we'll do the repair for £150. So in the end, I got an Air 2 for 280 quid, which is about $325 or something. Plus, I could then put Carey Fresh on it as well because it were brand new. They didn't repair it; they just sent me another one.
Yeah, he was talking the other night, the drones that he still has, or they still have, are the ones Sharon bought,
Yeah.
his girlfriend. Because they can't touch those.
Well, I think he just bought them on Sharon's credit card. That's all.
Yeah, but that's why it's, and he might have them registered,
Yeah.
registered, with his name on it. But if she
Yeah.
paid for them, they can't touch it.
No.
They won't let him, he can't fly them, but they can't seize those.
No. And
That's
I
why
think
she's trying to sell it. That's
there
what
was
Lon
the-
was telling
the-
him. Lon was telling him, go to Adorama, sell them to them.
yeah, the A2S and the Mavic
Mavic
3, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was talking about selling the Mavic 3 Air, Flymore kit for like 600.
Yeah, that's ridiculously low.
Yeah.
It's
If
probably
he could get 1,000 from the other place.
probably more than he'll get from Adorama, but
Well, Adorama's, they're not gonna give you a lot. I don't know where Lon got they would give him $1,200 for it, because I typed it in just to see what they said. And it told me they couldn't give me a price, so I'd have to send it in person.
mm,
And then when I put in because I said it's like new, and it is like new, because it wiped down, it's put back in the case and everything else. If you put down in good condition, they offer you $300.
yeah.
So it's a big difference from what they're talking about, 1,200 to 300.
They'll only give you half of what they intend to sell it for.
Well, you right.
Maybe even only a third.
Yeah, I was redoing last night. I got the last minute. I got this urge to. I said, you know what? I got some time right now. I'm kind of bored. I don't know what I'm doing. Grab the envelope for the team pictures coming up in 2 months. And I went in and redid all the dates on it. And and I said, do I upgrade my pricing or do I leave it? Because I've kept the same prices for 4 years, but they're still charging me the same prices. Nothing's going up. So I could probably bump everything up $5. I could probably bump everything up, $10 if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But how many people I'll lose when there's a lot of people that don't want to spend anything but $20,
Mm.
So, and a $20 package cost me $2. I'll still make $18. So it's like, why if I'm making $18 on the people that aren't going to pay me more than $20, I'm not going to get them to pay another $5 to make 23. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably lose the people. I'm gonna lose people in it. So I went and redid all the envelopes, and then I started the web page and put all the information out there to let them know that this is the packages and this is this and this and this. Everything got upgraded, so now I got the site started.
Mhm.
So now all I'll do is print the envelopes, because I had people the other day ask me if they could pay for it now, and I tell them that wait till picture day, because I don't want the money right now.
Yeah.
Because if I have the money right now, I get complacent with it and I start using it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have it in my account.
You'd rather have it when you need it, when there's no more other income.
Oh, I
coming
need
in.
it. I need it next month. That's my problem. I'm gonna
Yeah.
need it next month, but Team Pictures on till July. So next
Mm.
month I got to get some real estate. I got to get about $500 worth of real estate work between now and between now and end of July. I got time. Or I got to sell this Avada for $500 that I'm trying to sell. I just stuck it back on eBay. Because they're going for about that price. So I said, you know what? I'm just procrastinating with it, and it's just the one drone, one battery, basically.
Mm.
And they're getting $550 for it. So I stuck it out there, buy it now, 600. Just to see if somebody grab it. They grab it. That's the money I need. just to cover the bills till I get paid, either with the Marine Corps or I'll get paid when I do the team pictures in July.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the big thing. This year, it's really gonna make a determination whether I do another year. And it's gonna depend on what the Marine Corps does. Marine Corps comes through, I'm gonna probably, this might be my last year.
Mm.
I'll find another way to keep myself busy. That won't be 3 nights a week, 4 hours a night, and then editing time and everything else.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like I said, because this property is still out there and nobody's fooling with it, that it comes through where I can pick up that property. And I was telling my son, I said, yeah, I'll get somebody to come out and find out how much it would cost to put a sidewalk, like walking around by the fence and all that. And that way he had a little walking path, so I can go at least walk it,
Mm.
and get some walking in, and then you figure once a week I'll be out there cutting the grass, with a zero turn. So
Mhm.
I'll be busy. I'll probably be too busy.
When did you have to say that? I'm gonna have to go and cut my grass. It's been a week and a half since I cut it last time. It's only the front garden's only a tiny little piece of grass. It's only about 10 foot by 6 foot.
When I owned the house, when we moved back here, we bought a house. I used to every Monday cut my grass.
Mm.
I'd get out there about 7 in the morning, start cutting the grass, and it'd be about 9 o'clock when I'm finished. That's how big the yard was. It took about an hour in the front, hour in the back.
Mm. Yeah.
We were a quarter acre, and it was a push. And just cutting the grass took me about an hour in the front, hour in the back.
Mm.
By the time I did all the edging and everything. But I had that grass looking good.
Looking good.
I got a friend of mine that he takes so much pride in his grass. This guy's got a lawnmower that it's one of these that they cut like greens on with.
Yeah.
But he gets out there with it and cuts his grass. And when you go look at his grass, he's got the patchwork cut in it.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He cuts it where it looks like a checkerboard.
Mm.
He says, yeah, it takes me about 3 hours to do this. But he's been doing that all his life. His grass looks wonderful.
Mm.
He says, my house could need a pressure washing, but I'm gonna cut the grass first. He wants the grass to look right. He wants that checkerboard.
Mm. I've got to arrange for the BMW to go into the garage as well within the next week.
I think our rain is over.
It's yearly MOT's due on the 21st.
Yeah, our rain is over.
Well, we're supposed to have nice weather for the next 3 or 4 days at least. And it's like I said, it's 70 degrees outside at the moment.
Yeah, the rain is over. We're at 71 degrees. But the problem is we probably have 100% cloud cover, 83%.
Well, the sky looks a little bit grey. So it's probably cloudy up there. It was sunny before when I was outside.
Yeah, about noontime, we should have about 30%, 40% cloud cover. So we'll get some sun out again. I should be able to fly today. I think I'm going to take the Mavic 3 and the Avata, and I might wind up, Johnny's got the graduation today. But I may wind up where his neck of the woods up around Manchac to try to catch a couple of trains. I've been wanting, I want to catch a train with the Avata too. I'd like to go to Slidell and catch it because I could actually park pretty close to where the tracks are. And that way I can get it out there and fly alongside it, you know,
Mhm.
get better views of it, like sideways or right on the side of it. You can't
Yeah.
fly directly above it when it's on the tracks. But you could come at it and it's only one set of tracks, so you can fly alongside the tracks coming towards it. Oh
Mhm.
shoot, they got that today too. Yeah, they got the Veterans Festival today.
Hmm.
That's out in Slidell. That's where I need to go. Yeah, let me tell you why I need to go there. Because they got 3 or 4 bands. It starts at 12. It's gonna be beautiful weather. It's gonna be cool. All I gotta do is throw my press stuff on. I get in free anyway because I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
But I throw the press stuff on, go in there, and you never have to get your credentials ahead of time. I just walk in, and then I go back to the hospitality area in the back. Boy, they feed you. Yeah, I go eat.
Mhm.
I mean, let me tell you what. It was 2 years or 3 years ago. I went in there and I had my pants had pockets, had good pockets in them, and I'm in the back eating the crawfish pies, all the pastry type things with the crawfish and the crab cakes and all of this. And I'm sitting there and talking to, he'll be out there today. Eric Paulson will be out there for WWL, and he was saying, "Can you shoot some pictures for me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll shoot some pictures, send them to you." So I shot him some, and I was sending them back and forth to him. And we're in the back, and they had like Heineken beer and everything else. And he's drinking beer, and he's saying, "You gonna drink a beer?" I said, "I can't drink a beer right now because I'm shooting pictures, and I got to drive home. I'm not about to drink a beer." When I left there, I had 3 beers in each pocket. When I left, I took 6 of them with me. I had 6 different types in my pockets when I left. And they don't care. They'll give you a bag to carry it in. And me being a veteran, I was wearing all my press gear with my Marine Corps hat, so I was extra special in the back.
Mhm.
And the parking's not that bad because it's a huge parking lot. I could actually sit by my car and wait for them to come pick me up and bring me there. No, you're not gonna fly it. First off, it's a Mini 4. You don't like mini drone.
Mhm.
Yeah, but at that price, it's a good backup.
Yeah, that price you'll never see your money again. You know, I don't see the price, but
Wait a second, let me
either way. You know when you worry about a backup, Paul?
$177.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
There you go.
forget that. You can't even buy a battery
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, another scam.
It's a bound though. I don't know. You can't unbind them, can you?
No, you got a whole bunch of issues trying to get it unbound.
No, that's bound is different. Binding is usually just between the remote controller and the drone. It's when it's attached to somebody else's account and registered in their account that you can't take it out of it. Only they can. Not even DJI can do it. They can tell you whose account it is bound or what's it registered to. You can still fly it. The only
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah,
The
I
only-
went by it.
Ships
the
for
only
$3.
problem-
Yeah, again, don't buy it.
You want me to buy it?
No.
No, Paul.
I can hit that little button right there.
Why don't you just send the money in a bank transfer to me and I won't send you a drone either?
Yeah, no,
Got
Paul.
3 batteries,
Don't.
extra props and all that stuff, and
Yeah, it probably does, but you're not gonna get it. Well, I got the first day that I've noticed that somebody after that game I shot the other day had a picture of Shepard and White. White getting ready to try to make a tackle on Shepard. And these are two parents that never buy the pictures, but they always want pictures, right?
Mhm.
And it's ridiculous because they need to buy the pictures because their kids are gonna probably go to college and play in college. So the paper has got it out there on NOLA.com without my screenshots. So they got screenshots without my watermarks. So they do screenshots and stick those out there. So that means that's just telling me that here she goes again. So this year, White and Shepard will not get many pictures because I will not take pictures of them unless they tell me they're going to buy them. Because I'm not going to take pictures, get them put in the paper, and then they go because the kids are already taking my picture with my big watermark and pasting them all over the place, and it says copyrighted image, do not screenshot.
Mhm.
But it's all over the place. You know, so it's like when the kids start doing that, I start limiting what I post with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because they're not going to respect me, I'm not going to give them anything. That's why I'm really at the point where I've had enough of that.
Mm.
Sometimes Friday, I don't even feel like going. I don't feel like going on Wednesdays for sure. Because that's just freshman and JV. But I go on freshmen because I get some freshman parents that will be parents that I'll have later on.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm at that point where it's like, do I really want to keep doing it?
You know you do.
I do because it's for the kids that really care.
Mm.
You know, it's like I said, I played till I was in my 30s, and I've got 2 pictures,
Hmm.
and I lost one.
Yeah.
now
Yeah, the one I like the most, I lost.
she looks really, you could trust her, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, she's from Georgia. That's enough right there.
$479 Mavic 3 Classic.
Wait. Go back. Go back to
Hang
the
on a
first
minute,
picture.
Joe. Remember, Jonathan's in the chat.
Go back to what?
Yeah,
The Tony?
go back to okay, I thought the name changed. And that picture looks familiar of one of the other ones I saw.
But she joined Facebook in 2012.
Yeah, right. I think it says phony, not Tony.
Yeah, she might have joined Facebook in 2012, but the person who was using her profile to put the advert in didn't.
Yeah, because I think one of those other ones you showed us had the same picture. That picture looks familiar.
Well, only $479 for a classic.
Yeah, it's only $479. You'll never see again in your life.
Hmm.
You'll never see it again.
Yeah, there's no comeback from Facebook unless you pay using PayPal or a credit card.
You give me a headache, Paul. Getting a headache. Telling you.
Well, you know. I gotta tell myself, stop letting the money burn a hole in my pocket.
I'm telling you. What did Justin say?
Uh-huh.
You're like a 5-year-old.
I want it. I want it. Give it. Give it.
Yeah.
Justin's
get
over
Justin
playing
in here.
games, I think.
We need to get Justin here. Be saying, "Oh my God."
Well, Justin was on last night playing games.
He's on again
Oh,
Yeah, that's
today.
the problem. He's playing too many games.
you know,
If they'd been having a chat panel, I would have gone on. But
it's
there are
almost,
only so many times you can watch somebody playing a video game.
I
on
can't
the
watch it.
and
I just went.
it's,
I went to bed early.
it's an obsession.
If you called 2 o'clock in the morning early, I went to bed early.
But those guys that play that game, that's an obsession. They can't stop.
Mm.
Yep.
Bit like you and buying stuff.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep. It's an addiction.
Mind you, I must admit, I have the same addiction. I mean, when I was doing photography, why do I need 8 camera bodies?
I gotta pitch some peanuts. Hang on.
Yeah, I know what you mean about that because I only have 3 bodies. I have 2 7s, 2 7.2s, 7D2s, but that's my nighttime shot. I got those because the crop sensor gives me a little more reach, and it's good for nighttime. It gives me good nighttime, no less noise, and it's made for that.
Yeah.
But the ones out right now are so much better, but I don't need to buy them because I'm still getting what I need. And let me tell you the secret now. The 7D2 or the 5D, if you're shooting with either one. I got shot with the 5D, and I forgot that I was shooting it. I thought the lights were better. Softball had a lot of grain. I mean, it really. And I told the editor when I sent him in, I said, did my best. I said they suck like that, and he said he was going to tell me that, you know. But then I didn't realize that in Photoshop, when I moved over to Photoshop, and is it Photoshop? Yeah, it's Photoshop 2024. It says
Yeah, get rid of the
automatically.
grain.
It says AI, and you could use AI to do it. Oh, that picture looks better than the picture you can take.
Yeah.
It takes about maybe 30 seconds for it to do it. But I did it to the ones that I sent him after I sent them to him, and they were like night and day. I said, "You've got to be kidding me." So
Well,
I know if I've got to save a couple for something, I can stick it in that. And I've actually put a couple of those out there, and people have bought them.
Yeah.
You know, it makes them look that much difference. It's called HDR enhanced.
Yeah.
And it really shows a difference.
I've got the 500, 750, and 620 wet film bodies. 3 D10s and a D5.
Yeah, the only other one I have is a 5D3.
Mm.
You know, and it works for what I need it for. Now, like I said, if I get some crazy money and I decide I want a couple of new cameras, you know, I want to and I don't want to.
Mm.
Because, like I said, if I get that crazy money, the money's not gonna make a difference. You know, it's not
Yeah.
gonna hurt to drop 10 grand, you know. But do I really need 10 grand? The only reason I might do it, and the only reason I might do it, is because I may go to that one because of the new technology. I might grab two bodies, that's all, and buy the whole new lens setup and not even worry about my lenses because I want the matchings. I want it to be matched better.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be out. If I was out in the country, I'm gonna have wildlife out there, and I may want to set. Like I said, I want to definitely set up hummingbirds. You know, for hummingbirds.
Yeah.
And then I'll just set a camera up and focus like I did out here. I used to set up for the hummingbirds, and I'd set up with a remote, and I'd be watching. And when they come out there, I didn't have to go over by the door to scare them off. I just had it all focused, ready to go, and I just hit my remote. You know, I had some. Let me see if I can show y'all a couple. I was looking at some the other day. I forgot how good they were. You know, I said, "Oh shit, I forgot how they used to look." I haven't shot them in a couple of years. Yeah, the reason I haven't shot them in a couple of years is because they put out that new freaking stuff that says we can't hang anything out there.
Yeah.
Now it's just the new leases. I don't like, I'm hoping not to be signing another one, but don't matter to me. The new one says
Mm.
that you can't even smoke. They're gonna make it a no smoking whole area. No vaping, no smoking, nothing. And if you sign a new lease, your new lease will say your apartment is a no smoking zone now. So they're trying to get smoking off of this property. I guess they're having so many problems with people that have been here for a while smoking and all what they've got to do to fix it, you know? Smells and everything.
Yeah,
It's,
and sort of brown ceilings. That's why I only ever go outside to have a cigarette. I don't smoke in the house.
Lord, help me. I tell you, I haven't shot them in a while, right? Last time I shot a hummingbird picture was 2017. My God, it's fast.
Yeah, 7 years ago. Yeah.
Well, let me go over here on eBay and see what else I can find.
No.
I'm gonna sell you a tin of rice pudding. Only $635. Hardly used.
This was my setup out my window. I had it set up like that for the hummingbirds.
Yeah. Did you ever get any?
Oh yeah, hold on, I'm gonna go. Thought I had it set up to do it. Let me go back to got knocked out. Let me get out of this.
You're a goofball.
I just had it and got it knocked out.
Oh, just sugar water.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
there you go. Yeah, I'm finding them now. Hold on, do a couple. Trying to find this one I saw the other day. They had two of them that got in a fight, and they were pretty cool.
Weather still sucks. Oh yeah, there's
There
the
you go.
birdies.
Yeah, this was. I used to, like I said, I used to have it set up to where as soon as they came up, I could shoot that picture like that.
That's nice. I had a hummingbird bird feeder, and they never came, so I got rid of it.
Yeah, I got the other one. Let me find those other ones because there was one set that I did that I think it was 2017. And they had two of them that got in a fight. And that was a good thing, a good thing. I happened to come across them yesterday. I was looking at something and I saw 'em. So it just got them separate. I need to have them in a special folder. That's what I need.
So what kind of shutter speed? About 1,000?
I don't remember what I did. It's probably 12 something.
Mm.
It's probably at 12. Yeah, 14, 15, 16, and 14, 15, and 17 is when I was shooting them.
And will anybody else join? Uh, and somebody called Freighter fans joined the chat, Paul. I assume that's somebody you know, because we don't. They didn't, Jonathan. He's still got some drones left because they were bought by Sharon and not him. They couldn't take them because he was saying on his show on Tuesday that he wants to sell, Sharon wants to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was his 58th birthday on Monday as well.
Yep.
And it was Marcus Crawford's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, Marcus had a birthday.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
find that one I'm
yeah.
looking for. It's on, was one picture I'm looking for in particular. Yeah, these two birds got into it. I get right there. Oh. Yeah, they were dive bombing each other and everything.
See Gary's there as well.
Well, you know what? I know where these freaking things are now. I think I put them on Facebook. I think they got a folder. Look on Facebook. I think I put a folder out there. Cause I was showing them before. So I had them out there for people to see.
Mm-hmm.
Made it easier just to have them there, you know? I got a feeling it's a year and I forgot to just put hummingbirds on it or something. Those albums. Hummingbird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this might be it. Yeah, it's the same ones. Where the hell is this picture at? I found it.
Well, according to that, Justin put 2 shots on an hour ago.
He's lurking. Here you go.
Oh,
That's one
no.
shot.
1 shot.
That's one. Like that was in 2015, right? 2015. But these are the two that were dancing and having a fight. Look. They were going at it right there. Yeah, they were getting ready to have it to it. They wound up hitting each other. But you go stand out there and those suckers would come around and be like freaking bullets going by your head.
Mm-hmm.
And my son walked out there and it was like he'd go right by you. You'd feel the fluttering going by and you couldn't see him. He said, man, it's like being out here with bullets going around. I said, you're right. They didn't hit you. But it was like, it was crazy. But that was in 15 when I first started shooting it. And then when in 17, I started shooting them with a little flash, get a little fill in. And that it worked out a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found out if I used just a little bit of fill in flash, I could get them better. Because I was worrying about them more than I was worried about, you know, everything else. But I tell you what, they're hard to shoot. And I'd like to set up with a camera out there and just set it up to where, you know, you got a really high speed, got good lighting and everything. I put some artificial lighting out there just to get the extra little lighting and catch them as they come. Because like right now, if I had those hanging baskets, there'd be 4 or 5 a day coming by. You said Justin put out a couple of shorts just recently?
Yeah,
Or you might have them scheduled. You might have them scheduled. My son works again today. He got in last night. No. Well, I'm gonna take some antacids in a minute. I'm getting ulcer.
it's in New Jersey.
Paul's giving me an ulcer.
What's it say about it? Brand new,
Stamp. This was it. Brand new
unused,
stamp.
unopened, undamaged.
Yeah, okay.
Well, when they say it's brand new, unopened, why would they need to say it was undamaged?
The guy don't even have a picture. Joined in 2024. Boy, is that a scam. Zero percent, 0%, zero everything. Visit profile.
Mm.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's nothing. Yeah, it says location United States, probably VPN.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm glad I ate early because I'd have indigestion right now.
Why?
What do you think, Paul? Giving me anxiety here.
Down at Courtright, Brian, check down at Shell, non-imperial, and starting to.
So have you heard, like, the ICE arrested 2 Jordanians for trying to break into Quantico, Virginia, Marine Corps base. They pulled up there with a U-Haul, I think it was. They didn't find anything in the U-Haul, but they told them they couldn't go in, and they tried to breach the gate. The Marines stopped them quick.
So
But
that
just
means
think that could be a practice run.
there was a gang of people called Jordan.
Crib light of 1126. Then the Ivor
Yeah, I'm
break
telling you, that could be a practice run. See how the response is going to be.
for the crib.
And then they had some Chinese national tried to Camp Pendleton tried to do the same thing at Pendleton.
Alpha Nova, crib light.
And I wonder how all these guys got into the country. And then they asking them at the White House about it. And all the people said, well, we're not going to get into specifics and all of this. Yeah, you need to get in specifics. Wow. Yeah, they said the driver refused instructions and continued to go through the holding area. It didn't take long. Yeah, at the gates, Marine Corps MPs don't stand. They don't give you. They give you a couple seconds. That's about all. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad that at least everybody was on the ball. What they did is when they started to keep going through the gate, they had all those things at the gates now that pop up out the ground, and they ran them up so they couldn't get through them.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this is my thing. I think all these little practice runs are going to come to a head right before the election. Somebody's going to try to do something.
Mm.
And Waypoint said cost of living went way up. It's still going up.
Yeah, they kept blaming COVID for it going up and that it would come back down to normal when it all finished, but it's never going to come back down again. It only ever goes up.
Well, yesterday, Biden got on there and said that when he was given the economy, it was at 9%. It's at 1.9% when he took over. That's where it was, 1.9%.
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting the one.
Mm-hmm.
He's forgetting the 1 point. You know. And
Well, he
people are
forgets
listening
rather a
to it.
lot.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's down to 3.9% right now. Yeah, it's like
Up
higher
to.
than it was. It was up to 8
Mhm.
something at one point in time.
Mm.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when you go in and you buy a loaf of bread, buy eggs, buy some milk, buy some cereal, and you're $30.
Yeah. I mean, the one good thing was that my work's pension went up by 10.1% because of the inflation rate at COVID, because it's index linked to the inflation rate.
It's been damaged.
It's got a dimple there, doesn't it?
And it got beat up. Probably don't even fly. It's broke on the bottom. Number one is broke. Number two, you don't need it. Number three, you don't like the controller. Number four, save your money. Number five, quit looking.
Number 4, you don't even fly the one you've got.
Fly your Mini 3 Pro.
Well, the Mini 4 is supposed to be better.
Not much better. Got a little difference in the camera. That's about it.
Do you have a Mini?
I got a Mini 3. Mini 3 Pro.
Do you
Yeah,
like
I've got
it?
a Mini 3 Pro. Yeah.
I put it like this. I've been flying the big one so long. Every time I put that one up, I say I'm gonna sell it. You know, say I'm gonna sell it because of the fact that only thing I keep it for is if like 4th of July when I go out, I'll have it clipped to me, and I may fly it. I'll fly it. You know, I'll fly on the outskirts of the people to get aerial shots.
Now, the difference being that you
Yeah.
don't have any difference between sub 250 and above 250 grams as to where you can fly it, other than you don't have to register it. Whereas over
Right.
here,
I'm 107, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, sub 250, we can fly in towns and over people and right next
Yeah.
to people. But
Right.
over 250 grams, you've got a 50 meter separation distance.
Well, on Pilot Institute Friday, he came out and he said that the FAA is loosening up the guidelines for flying over people.
Mhm.
He said 97% of the people that have submitted for waivers have been denied. And recently, right? So now they're gonna say, they said that the new guidelines are still has to be the small drone. It doesn't have to be a small drone, doesn't matter. But it goes down to where you got to submit the waiver, you gotta have, can't remember what all of it was, but one of them was you have to have a visual observer. No matter if you're flying a drone or not, you gotta have a visual observer too. Plus the
Yeah,
prop
because
guard,
that's because you're looking down at the screen half the time.
but you don't, but what's the difference? You're not flying over people, you might be flying just regularly, but you're still looking down at the screen. So why, it's not that much of a deal. You know, people, FAA needs to realize that
Yeah.
I wanna know how many drones have fallen and hitting people. You know, in the last 5 years. Tell me that. I bet you
Well,
that, maybe, you might get
there's
one.
certainly been no fatalities.
Yeah, but I'm just worried about even falling and hitting a person.
Well,
Oh, Joe,
we
what,
know that one of them flew into Mikey because he flew it into himself just to prove that
what's wrong with
they
this,
weren't dangerous.
Joe?
What's wrong with that one? It's a scam.
$49,
Yeah, right.
100% positive.
Yeah, because
Just about-
I wouldn't do it.
Just about-
216 sales.
Yeah, I
Gee
still don't
whiz.
believe it.
California.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do it.
It's
What's
probably
it-
Lance.
What's it say about it? It says, item description for seller, update. DJI Air 2S is a combo and its accessories and extras got sold. There is only one battery left. Oh, they're selling the battery for that price.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Only the battery. But people are gonna think they're getting the whole thing. See, eBay needs to go in there and make them take down the pictures.
Yep.
It does. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim, what's up? I agree, Jim.
What Jim say?
He said that it's not 1 or 2%, it's like 300 or 400% increase on everything. Yeah, different things are 200 or 300% higher than they were. So,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm telling you, eggs right now are going back up again. It was ridiculous.
Oh, that was the bird flu scare, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes, another scandal.
Mm.
Yeah, they were trying beef prices are ridiculous. I went in there the other day and I used to get 4 ribeyes in a pack at Sam's, inch thick ribeyes, nice ribeyes. And it used to run me $23 for 4 of them. I didn't mind spending $23 for 4 of them.
You might get
Now,
one of them for that over here.
Yeah, but now you might get 3 for $43.
Mm.
That's ridiculous.
No, beef has always been expensive here.
And they're half-inch thick. They're not inch thick anymore.
But lamb is more expensive.
I used to buy Smithfield, I think it is, puts out a little pork loin. It's like a filet type pork loin. It's about this big, about 12 to 14 inches long, and maybe about diameter about 2.5 inches. And it's different flavor pork loins, and they used to be $4.39, $9 now.
Yeah,
for the same thing. And you can't tell me that went up because pork chops are still cheap. So why? Is it convenience?
Mm.
You know, because pork chops haven't gone up. You still get that. I got 15 pork chops for $19, inch thick, almost 3/4 of an inch thick.
I wish I could. Do you know how many pork chops that kind of size I'd get for $19?
About 4.
Maybe even only 3.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But they were saying the bird flu, that the beef was starting to get bird flu. That's what they were saying. Somebody said, "What did it do? Sit on a chicken?"
On
Yeah.
a chicken. Yeah.
I think it was Justin said, "Must have sat on a chicken."
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't had a steak in a long time. It's cheaper for me to go out to like Texas Roadhouse and get a steak there than to try to buy them and make them.
Yeah,
And when it's cheaper to go to a restaurant to get a steak, there's something wrong.
definitely.
I got that $50 gift card for Keith Young Steakhouse. Problem is, I could probably get a salad, you know,
Mhm.
or maybe get a salad with it, or a kid's meal. But they ain't gonna let me with my car in the parking lot. They'll tell me delivers in the back.
Well, you go in and you say, "I'll just have $50 worth of steak to take out, please."
They cut it off of somebody's plate and bring me a fork. You know,
Yeah.
you can't get a steak; you get all the trim fat. That's what you get. They will go in the back and they'll say, "Anybody got a leftover steak that we're throwing away? Bring it back."
Yeah. I
And
mean,
they
the
clear those plates.
cheapest steak we can get over here is already frozen stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what the prices are because their menu is online, but they don't have pricing. I'm gonna go over there. I'm actually gonna hit that place one day during lunch, and I'm gonna call it in because they got it to go. So I'm gonna call in, and they've got I'm gonna order. I'm gonna find out what the kids' meal costs. You know,
Yeah,
get a kids' meal. I'd rather get two kids' meals than buy one steak and have to pay money.
true.
I may use it. I don't know. I may wait till one of the family members decide to go there and just use it for that.
Mm.
But I don't know. Ought to put it on Marketplace and sell it for $40.
I'll just go and sit at the bar and drink.
Probably be one drink.
Yeah. Mm.
I can tell you, I can't get in the place. You got to go in there with a suit and tie. Got to be dressed up to get in there. And like I said, I drive up with my car. I better go wash it first. And then they're gonna still tell me I got to go to the back. The delivery's in the back, and they only take delivery certain times. Well, it won't be nothing nice if I try to go. I would much prefer these places that give me the gift cards for the teams. Give me something like Texas Roadhouse, or give me a Visa gift card. If you're gonna give
Yeah.
it to me, give me something I can use anywhere. Don't limit me to. They did give me Outback Steakhouse last year.
Yeah,
I
give
had
me
a
somewhere
$100
where I
gift
can
card.
afford to eat. Yeah.
Yeah, Outback Steakhouse. They gave me a $100 gift card. I went online and I ordered 4 different times on that $100 gift card.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, and I didn't, and it wasn't just like I ordered a salad and a hamburger 4 times.
Mhm.
It came out to $22, and I put the difference in the tip and picked it up. So it cost me 25 every time I went. And when I didn't feel like cooking and didn't know what I wanted, just place that order, go pick it up, and drive up there, walk in, get it, and walk out.
Oh God, if I put an order in online, I'm not gonna go and pick it up. I'm gonna have it delivered.
Well, if I had it delivered, it would have cost me another $10. So I'd rather
Oh
just
yeah,
go.
well,
I'd rather
I
get
get
4 of
mine.
them instead of 3 of them.
I get mine delivered free
Yeah,
on Uber Eats because I pay £5.99 a month to be a member of Uber Eats.
yeah, that's not bad. But
So
it's right up the street from me. It's like a mile.
that also gets me 10% discount on any taxi rides as well.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
But
ever used a taxi.
I did in Okinawa.
There are times when you have to, like when it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you've come out the clubs and the trams and the buses have stopped running. And it's 3 miles to get home. It costs you 20 quid in a taxi, like, but
I can't remember the last time I was out at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning or even midnight.
yes, you can. It was the last time you went and filmed the ship.
Yeah, but that was, I was parked right there.
David?
Mm.
Here
Paul?
comes David.
Paul,
David.
you may have never used a taxi, but you've been a taxi.
Mm.
Oh, this is true.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, David?
I'm all right.
What's new your way?
Not much. I've been busy designing.
I thought maybe you were over playing games with all the gamers.
No, didn't know they was playing games. No, I've been designing it.
They've been playing games nonstop.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only fortnight.
Well, it's up to them, innit? Yeah.
I mean, after Paul finished last night, I went and I had a look to see what Justin was doing, whether he was doing a stream or whether he was doing a gaming thing, and he was playing Fortnite with a few other people. So I thought, fuck it, I'll have an early night. Went to bed.
Don't blame you.
It was still
Wow.
2 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah. I was up till 4 this morning designing this light.
Well, can't you have the kids help you?
No, they're not here.
They're not
Not
there.
coming.
You're feeling left out.
Just look at that design.
Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Going to be a light.
And the purpose of the light?
doesn't look like a light.
It will do. That's just the front plate. There's a side panel and the back to it.
Oh, you mean one of the things like Joe makes
Might be. I don't know.
with the embossed its pictures?
Oh, that's a lithophane, but this is not a lithophane.
Yeah.
If it all goes to plan,
Joe's in deep contemplation.
Yeah.
We've been talking about food. Joe's getting hungry.
Nah.
did somebody say just eat?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking out there and it's so overcast right now. It needs to clear up.
Well, you should say that. As soon as you said that, the sun came out.
It's
Clearing up here,
Johnny,
Joe.
but not here.
It's actually cloudy, but it's still sunny. And it's 21 degrees here. Laura gone back to her mum's.
Yeah, she's at mum's till tomorrow.
Last game of the season tomorrow.
No, it's not.
How's her mom
Well-
doing?
Last game of the Premiership tomorrow.
Yeah, she's doing all right. Yeah. Last game of the season is a week Monday, I think.
Yeah, it's the FA Cup final.
No, the FA Cup final's on the Saturday, isn't it?
Sunday, I think.
Then the following day is the Championship playoff final, which is technically the last game of the season.
They played They played that last night.
No, they played the semi-final last night.
I'm sure it said final.
No, semi-final.
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton, West Brom,
Yeah.
and now it's Southampton Leeds at Wembley,
All right.
which is normally the bank holiday Monday of May.
Well, both of those have been in the Premiership before, haven't they?
Yeah, but we need Southampton to win. Seriously need Southampton to win.
You
Why?
want Leeds to stay in the Championship?
I hate Leeds. We all let Leeds come, but for logistical purposes, for my club, we need Southampton to go up. Because at this moment in time, we've got Plymouth, we've got Southampton,
Yeah,
we've got Portsmouth,
yeah.
we've got Norwich, and maybe Oxford, and all the London teams.
Have you not got Exeter as well?
No, they're nowhere near Championship.
I don't know where they are.
But the point is, all them teams that right on the coast,
Mm.
you know, they couldn't get further away if they tried.
Yeah. Well, Bournemouth are in the Premiership, so you don't have to go there.
Well, look who's here.
Good morning, Justin.
Good afternoon, nearly evening,
Justin, is that your new logo?
No, it's
Oh,
MSI. That's an MSI logo.
well, edit it a bit and take it so it looks good.
So Justin, you've been busy over there playing and playing and playing.
Yep.
So Tim was just in there and said he kicked your ass over there in the game. Is that true?
He wishes.
That's it. That's it, Paul. Just invite Justin on and throw an hand grenade.
Well, I wanted to hear his side of the story because
What, Tim just left?
yeah, he just popped in and said just got done kicking Justin's ass over there. So
He wishes. What's up, Jim? I don't know who else is in the chat because it doesn't show me.
hey Joe, Jim's looking for a
Who's in there?
lithogram. Print.
Brian, Jonathan,
Hold on.
Mike, Joel, Jody,
Yeah, little things are quite
What's up,
good. I
guys?
printed a few.
Corey.
Yeah, Jim
Yeah,
said
I
he'd
did,
like-
actually.
Gary was, but I think he's gone.
Have you got one
Lance
there we can
was,
see?
but I think he's
Joe?
gone.
Talking about a lithophane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just show you. I think he wants to see how it looks.
Yeah, let me find one.
Who?
Go back a little more. Should have
Oh,
mailed it
Jim.
to myself.
Because when Bamboo send me all this filament, and apparently it's been dispatched with a little surprise. Apparently, looking forward.
Well, unless
Oh,
the
Justin,
surprise,
you're in shit.
unless the surprise is an AMS, you're not
What?
bothered by you.
Look in the chat.
Justin Thomas.
If she uses your second name, you know you're screwed.
Yeah,
What?
get on them.
Sarah's yelling
Sarah.
at you in the chat.
Did you not do the laundry?
I don't know what she's on about.
There's an exclamation mark after it, so
Yeah, I mean she's serious.
Again, I don't know what she's on about.
Well, you have to go and ask her.
yeah, it's Saturday. She's not working. She must be somewhere in the house.
Check your messenger, Justin. God, it's like Laura's here.
Well, I don't have it on my computer anymore. I just deleted it, so because it was annoying the piss out of me. It was never working right. So
He doesn't have Messenger, so I take it. And Sarah didn't know that.
no, I don't have Messenger on my computer anymore, so nobody can send me messages to share things because I'm not
You
down
don't.
to
You
it.
don't have it on your cell phone.
No, my computer.
Yeah, but can't you check your messages on your cell phone?
Yes, but I was just saying.
He
Never mind.
was just making excuses, trying to justify himself.
So, Paul, how many more hand grenades have you got?
Incoming.
No, I was saying like Joe and everybody that sends me stuff to share, I'm not gonna be able to do it no more.
Well, if I'm on the panel, I can.
She was messaging me to tell me that Tim was trying to get a hold of me. Oh my fucking god.
Tim knows how to
That's
find you.
because Tim whipped your butt.
I was
this morning.
fucking sleeping.
Okay, there's a
Oh,
list.
look at that.
Here
Had
you
a
go,
late
Jim.
night.
There you
That's
go,
one of
Jim.
them I did.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's one I did right there.
Now, who is that in the picture?
That's my son and his wife before they got married.
Yeah. On the other side, he's got them both choking each other
Yeah.
after marriage. Yeah, when all this filament comes, I've got to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got better pictures of it.
36 lithophanes.
Yeah, they're not, just make sure you got the support right on them. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, because you got to have support because you don't want them moving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, once they
And if
print
they move
it,
a little
it'll
bit,
be
they're
good.
done.
Yeah, because I've got to print 36 and then they're going above my TV. I've got at the moment, I've got 3 pictures up there. A3 pictures. And the lights behind them to shine through. And I'm going to change it to lithophane so when the lights are on.
Yeah, I've made a couple of them. I made them for Justin and his girlfriend. That's not his girlfriend anymore. And then I made one with the wedding pictures when they got married again, Nick and Victoria. And I did them in an Oriental type, it looks like. And the reason I did that because when I was in Okinawa, I bought a tea set. And that's back in '76. And Nick fell in love with this tea set. And I gave it to him. And he's got it in a certain area in his house, like displayed. So I made the lithophane to look like it was more like an Oriental type Japanese tea light. So he puts it up there around it. So you got the tea set and that all set up around it. And it's got a hole in the bottom where the light goes in and a little switch you could turn it on. They're not hard to make. It takes me to do one with 4 sides. I can get it done in less than a day. The ones that are easy to make are the night lights. You can make the night lights and get those done in a couple of hours. And they snap right into a night light.
Now, how big a lithophane can you make?
It's big.
Size
I
of your
can make
printer
one.
bed.
Yeah, size of the printer bed, which would be
Yeah.
about
5, 6.
that's it. 8 inches by 7 inches, 8 inches, 8 inches.
10 inches by 10 inches.
Yeah, I can't remember what that one.
Whatever 2, 5, 6 centimeters or millimeters. I don't know. Millimeters.
So, yeah, 256 millimeters is 10 inches and a midges.
That's pretty cool.
If it was 254, it'd be 10 inches.
Yeah, the problem is if you're making one, it's not good to make it when it's laying flat. You got to have it standing up. Because when it's laying flat, it doesn't do the same, doesn't look the same. So you have to have it standing up, so you got to have the supports right. And you can't make it too small because some of the pictures, it depends on the picture. Because if the picture's got a lot of detail in it, you can't make it small. It's not going to show right.
Right. I have 7 cockatiels, 47 perches scattered around the living room, and they're all fighting for fucking one picture frame. That ain't a bloody perch. Been like World War III all day with them. But that one picture frame. We'll take it down in a minute. Sit on that fucker. You probably go in the bloody cupboard and sit on it.
Do you have little swings hanging from the ceiling?
No, we've got them hanging off the wall that go across.
Mm.
You see, my old print 3D printers, the what are they called now? Creality ones, the one that kept going back. Well, because they only wanted the printer back and we had to keep the parts, I've kept the printer spools. You know, the holder for the printer spools.
Yeah.
Because they've got like that black thing that comes out, I've filled them and put a bird perch through one into the other and then screwed them to the wall.
All right.
So they sit far enough away from the wall so they don't eat the wall.
I need a decent printer spool thing. The ones that you get with the G-Tech are horrible.
Yeah.
Little piece,
So,
three pieces of hardboard on a plastic tube.
yeah, but they make great bird perches.
Mm.
However, there are some you can print out.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying one of those little containers that'll hold 4 spools.
Yeah. Well, what I've done with mine is I've
Keep it dry.
printed the one out that David AZ told me to print out.
Mm.
That was working, but I found that the filament was tightening up against it itself because the way it had to go around. So using the new printer spool thing that Bamboo gave, I made that, screwed that a bit further on so the filament comes along round the new fillet feeder and back around the back through a tube.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. And it's got a little gap right near the middle, clips together, so I can snip the filament when I need to.
Yeah.
Snip and clip, huh?
Go on. Yeah, Laura didn't like my idea. That the tubing that you get for your filament. I bought a marble thing many years ago, and it came with a 20-meter one of them.
Huh.
So I said to Laura, I said, if I run the spool from
all the way over there,
from the wall, put it there, and I can have it go round and loop around the wall all the way around into like a nice little pattern, then come back to the 3D printer. Be cool. I mean, winding it back will be a bastard, but
yeah, feeding it through ain't going to be all that much fun either. But yeah, I guess you could use aquarium air hose tubing.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more flexible than the more solid plastic stuff that you get. I've got some spare tubes anyway.
I tested the old blender last night on the filament.
Mm-hmm.
It did a great job until I scooped up a bit more and I hadn't realised I picked up an Allen key with it, chucked it in the blender, switched it on. Oh my God.
Noisy.
It obliterated the side. There's nothing left of the cup on the blender.
Oh dear.
There's filament everywhere. So some is going to landfill. They're going to have to hoover it up.
We lost Justin already, huh?
He'll be back in a fortnight.
Hmm.
Jim probably woke up and said, let's play Fortnite.
I think Tim will be going to bed, won't he?
Yeah. It's they're 9 hours in front of us, so it's 25, 26, 1:30.
Half past 1, yeah. Past 1, 2 o'clock. Ooh, half an
The
hour.
other night, didn't they play till 4 in the morning or something?
Half an hour, 15 minutes, sorry, till the League One playoff final. Bolton v Oxford.
Ooh, Bolton.
Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of history between Bolton and Preston because Bolton decided they weren't getting enough fans in Bolton, so they moved their ground to Preston. It's like, oi, sling your hook. Right
They
on the edge
moved
of
it.
Preston.
They moved it to Horwich.
Yeah, which is on the edge of Preston.
It's nowhere near. It's on the edge of Wigan.
It's actually on the edge of Preston. It's nearer to Preston than it is Wigan.
It's where I come off the M61 to go to my mate's house in Wigan.
No, I don't think you do.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you might have to come off the M61, but definitely.
Through Aspel and Blackrod.
Orange. Oops.
On the opposite side of the motorway to the football ground is Blackrod. And then you go to Aspel and then past Hay Hall,
There you go.
Red Rock, into Wigan.
Come on, son.
Well, Standish rather than Wigan, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know where you're going because Wigan's a bit further away. It's actually on the edge of Chorley, which is part of the Preston
Yeah.
Post.
Well, my mate lives in Standish.
Standish is. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it. Okay. Everybody have a
Okay.
great day. David, are you going on later? Probably not today. Okay. Well, you're always welcome back this evening. So Yeah,
Oh,
Mike.
Until then, everybody have a great day. And we'll see you again soon.
Catch you all
See you
later.
later.
Guys.
Okay, Paul.